Aspiraltotheself, another collective reading. Thank you for clicking onto my video. Please keep in mind that these are general collective reading, therefore the message will not and may not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit. If it's not resonating with you, it just means I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, subscribe, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Please keep in mind the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health. Please know that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be, and if I mention them at all, it is either what my interest is picking up on or it's literally on the cards themselves. However, if it truly resonates for you, I highly encourage you to speak to those experts in those areas of expertise. Something also to note is that I am not a tarot reader, I'm a seer. Therefore, the cards are just how I connect with you guys. The cards are a physical and visual representation of the intuitive downloads that I receive, so please use your own level of discernment. I am also the author of the old work of both fairy tales on the table here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is a fairy tale written for children about their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to their intuition, it'll help them to overcome all obstacles, help them heal from all traumas, as well as get them to their happy ending in whichever way that looks for them. It is a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as the Dark High Priestess and Prophecy of the Queen Unseen. This is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from friends and friends. It's told to the viewpoint of a divine feminine who realized that her own mother has cursed her life and tried to give her up as an offering to an entity in exchange for wealth, and that she had anybody and everybody on the payroll to do this. And this divine feminine had to cut everybody off, cleanse out her energy, and reclaim her power so that way she could be in alignment with her purpose, which does consist of being in a high vibrational soulmate or twin flame union. Both of these fairy tales are written in the bard format, which means that they rhyme. So think like the content of Grimm's fairy tales in the format of Dr. Seuss. They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them. They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good as you read them. The audiobooks have been released and will be attached to this video for convenience. However, if you truly wish to purchase the physical copies, you can find them on online retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, just name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice is in its second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition, as well as my products, may find on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information will be in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages, so that we do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess Morgan 23, Blue, the Archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any lower vibrational entities, beings, and energies try to come through or try to ask, project, open a portal, remote view, or be monitoring spirit in the past, present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, which will give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them to justice in your way. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know about clear, concise messages. If anyone tries to abuse technology in any kind of way in the past, present, or in the future by turning a screenshot, ask, project, open a portal, remote view, or be monitoring spirit in the set, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender 100-fold, and which will give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them justice in your way. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers. I deliver divinely guided message. Any curses, hexes, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft bindings, that they be blocked, bind, and blinded, and immediately return to sender 100-fold. The sender's mask ripped off, they'll be unable to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. Hello, my lovely and beautiful collective. So today's reading is going to be about the planetary transit of Mars going into the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is the home sign for Mars. This is going to occur between September 22nd to November 4th of 2025. This is where there's going to be a very, very intense passion, a determination to uncover hidden information. There could also be a very deep emotional capacity, so people being very, very deeply in their feelings, as well as strategic thinking, and there could also be the possibility of holding grudges. So let's see what these intense feelings are going to be about. Spirit, tell us about this Mars and Scorpio, these intense feelings, strategic thinking, and having a deep desire to uncover hidden information. What is this about, Spirit, this Mars and Scorpio? So we have financial freedom, that you're changing the way that you view money. We have conscious living, so making the changes that you need to be healthier, so working out more, changing your diet. Moving onward and upward, letting go of the past so that way you can be present and create the future that you desire. We have inner guidance here. It's time for you to pay attention and listen to the guidance of your soul, so heightened intuition. Heart of compassion. There's many, many people around you who benefit from your loving, kind, and nurturing nature. At the bottom of the deck, we have divine plan. Everything is going in accordance to divine plan. So let's see what this is about. Spirit, tell us about financial freedom. This Mars and Scorpio. Tell us about this financial freedom. So financial freedom here. You're changing the way that you view money. It's been illuminated to you that there has been some kind of injustice, some kind of unfairness that's been going on. That has made you have some kind of financial disaster. You could have had some kind of huge losses. When it comes to a King of Pentacles in reverse, this is somebody who is, dead set on just caring only about money. Someone who will do anything for money here. Yeah. So this is signifying that with you and your energy, it has been illuminated to you that someone has done injustice to you when it comes to your money here. And it looks like the person who did you an injustice, this King of Pentacles in reverse, is now going through unexpected changes themselves. They're going through a lot of imbalance due to their self-indulgence, whatever they try to do to you. Yeah, there's a lot of ego conflicts going on because these people that were trying to essentially to take away your financial freedom are now having their own taken away. And that's the bad news here. So during this Mars and Scorpio, it's like, one, you are examining the way that you view money. You could have had to do that due to some kind of setback that this King of Pentacles in reverse has, put on your pathway here. That it has been illuminated to you that because they kept trying to take away your financial freedom, now it is theirs. Okay, this is also signifying that Spirit is telling you that because of this injustice that this person has done to you, now there's karmic consequences when it comes to their own money because of how they decided to, try to go after yours. Now everybody who worked together to do this, because it was a more than one person kind of thing here, they're now receiving bad news that their own money is going to be messed up. Yep, because they're under divine judgment. They are aware that their own money is going to be messed up from trying to create money problems for you. Clarify conscious living. That you've had to be in this Queen of Swords like energy. You've had to listen to your intuition. You've had to state your boundaries, cut people off, and speaking your truth. You've had to cut people off because that was the healthiest thing that you could have done from people trying to bind you or restrict you or make you feel victimized. Yeah, because there was a Queen of Pentacles here. This is a wife, this is a mother, someone who's very concerned with social standing that was trying to steal from a divine feminine. So with the number 3 here, that's your third house, that's your consciousness and its expression. You've known about this. Again, something you've had to speak your truth. So one of the healthiest things that you have done was to essentially cut off a Queen of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles in reverse could be a couple that were trying to steal from you, and you cut both of them off because that was the healthiest thing that you could have done. Yeah, that you knew that you had to make the choice to cut this person off. Because all they brought to you was conflict. All they, just means like every time you're around this person, all they want to do is argue with you. All they want to do is pick a fight. And it's like, this is giving like narcissism, like you leaving a narcissistic family or a narcissistic relationship or friendship. You left some kind of narcissistic relationship where the other person didn't want to take any kind of accountability. It was always your fault. And like they thrived on, draining you of energy via like conflict, like arguments, picking fights with you. This is an energy vampire, okay? These are people that really have to have turmoil and chaos in their lives. And they feed off that interaction. Yeah, that you had to make a choice here. You had to make a choice here when it came to some kind of King of Cups. This is someone who's emotionally intelligent, diplomatic. You could have been in this energy, but I'm hearing no, this is another energy here that you had to cut off. You had to make the choice here that this person was not someone you felt secure with. That this is a person that you had to cut off in order to have financial stability, in order to, this is giving like somebody who manipulated you a lot. They appear to be kind and nurturing to get close to you, to develop that, that close connection with you. But like, in order to keep grounded, you had to cut this person off because you knew that this person was just a promiscuous player that you were in a relationship with. So yeah, there's a mother figure here. There's a King of Pentacles in reverse, someone who only cares about money. And there's this King of Cups type energy that you knew that in order to have stability in your life, to be able to feel grounded, to be able to control your emotions, that like you'd have to cut these people out. And so far from what this reading is indicating with this Mars and Scorpio, it's like these people wanted you to be deeply in your feelings, trying to mess with your money here. And now they're deeply in their feelings because they're receiving bad news that due to the injustice they try to do to you, that they are now going to deal with said injustice. It's going to happen to them. And it's all because you had the thought, the idea, you made the choice to cut people out in your life that was unhealthy for you, like unhealthy relationships. And it definitely has to do with a partnership that you had, somebody that you were in a relationship with that was very, very unhealthy. But then there's also, a couple here, like a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Pentacles in reverse, that are part of these people who are now having their money messed up. Clarify onward and upward. That somebody wants to come talk to you now because they want to let go of the past. This could even be signifying that somebody is telling you that they want to marry you now, that they want to come talk to you. We have the Hierophant here. This is, traditional values. It could also be like marriage. They want to let go of the past. They want to be in the present moment now because they have the truth here. They have the clarity. And they want to give you some kind of romantic offer now because they're in anxiety, fear, and despair because they're blocked in life while you had a passionate breakthrough. This person's now overburdened with a Queen of Wands, someone who is, has good business sense, could be competitive, is very attractive because of what they routinely did, their determination. When it comes to going after your solar plexus, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your personal will, your boundaries of your home, like your home stability here. So it's like this person now wants to come talk to you after their lives are messed up, after they try to mess up your lives. They're deeply in their emotions. So how this Mars and Scorpio pertains, okay, it's about being very determined to uncover something. So it has been uncovered to this collaboration here of people that they're going through financial hardship now. They're going to receive a lot of losses, especially financially, because there's an imbalance. Okay, so imbalance could be like as far as like spiritual, like when it comes to witchcraft and things like that, like no, not everything's witchcraft. But when it comes to witchcraft, that's what it's giving here, is that there's a debt to be paid. They owe something because you were able to cut these people out of your energy. So this is like making you a sacrifice or something like that, doing something to you. You doing all the right things, like changing your habits, changing your eating habits, changing your consciousness, like doing the things to change your mindset, right? But also changing your diet, exercising, but also removing people in your life that aren't good for you, created this debt that has to be repaid now. And it's coming from these people. So they're uncovering why it is that they're struggling financially. And it's giving them very, very deep emotions because they have the clarity now that the reason why their money's messed up, reason why they're blocked financially is because of what they've done to you. So now it looks like somebody here wants to tell you, let bygones be bygones. Let's get together, They want to give you some kind of romantic offer now. So this is like an ex here that tried to play in your energy, try to play God in your life and work with other people to do it, is now having to pay the piper. Because there's an imbalance here. There's a debt to be owed, and because you cleansed your energy and you made all these changes in your life for the betterment of you, you weren't their sacrifice. Instead that they tried to steal from you. Tried to steal from a divine feminine, someone who's in their North Node and their purpose. Someone, you know, who is kind, abundant, very empathic, intuitive. Someone who's already in their person, already in their purpose. So I said person. You're already yourself. You're already this person that you are meant to be in life. And they couldn't steal it from you. And say if this is giving like financial wealth, if it's giving like spiritual wealth here, that they couldn't take it from you, steal it from you, because you already made changes. You already got in your North Node. You're already in your purpose. So they can't take it. But also because you changed all these other things in your life here, like it makes you not susceptible to witchcraft. Because it looks like you did a lot of healing, and it had to do with you cutting people off, but also utilizing your throat chakra and speaking your truth. So it provided you with a sense of freedom here. And now these people have uncovered why they're messed up. Now this ex here wants to come say, let's bygones be bygones. Let's bury the hatchet. Let's just be in the present moment. Let's get married. And it's because it's like they either want to finish the job because there is that deficit, that debt that they owe energetically, and it's coming out of them. And or it's like they want another attempt to bind themselves to, so that way they can, you know, they couldn't rob you of your spiritual wealth. So now they want to come, you know, be in a union with you so that way they can still have access to it. Clarify inner guidance. So inner guidance here. It's time for you to pay attention and listen to the guidance of your soul. Yeah, because you've looked, any opportunity that you had, you've had many, many choices that you had to look through. So this could be like of potential suitors. You had many, many people that you had to listen to your own intuition on when it came to who would be your divine masculine that you would build a family with. Okay, you have the number 4 here, which is your 4th house. Okay, that's your family, your home, your values. You had many potential suitors here, and you had to really listen to your intuition on who it would be that you would, you know, yeah, with, I can't even make it up, the high priestess being here. You had to listen to your intuition on who exactly was your divine masculine that you would be building this family with here. Yeah. And it required you to go through some kind of loss when it came to your self-worth, some kind of pleasure that you had. So again, this could have been like a situationship or a partnership that you had when you were heavy in your Queen of Cups energy. Okay, so this means like you were kind, you were nurturing, you were empathic. It also means that you didn't have any boundaries. Okay, it says your mother or a mother substitute. You had to lose something here. You had to deal with some kind of loss from people that were trying to get you to essentially mother them, that were wanting you to give to them, but you not getting anything in return. Yeah, you had to deal with some kind of conflict to this side of yourself. So part of your soul's journey to get to this divine feminine, this empress-like energy, you had to go through the different phases of the tarot deck. So like the different aspects of the Empress, because the Empress is a culmination of all the queens in the tarot deck, good and bad aspects. So you had to lose something here. You had to go through some kind of loss when it came to some kind of self-worth. When you were in this Queen of Cups energy, you were very kind, you're very nurturing. You wore your heart on your sleeve here, and someone took advantage. They tried to mirror you with this King of Cups like energy here. This was actually a promiscuous player that you had a relationship with that tried to mirror you, tried to, make you think that they were your divine counterpart, make you think that they were good for you. Like this is like pretending to like everything you like, pretending to, want to do everything you want to do, so that way you feel like you have a connection there. You had to lose something here because you went through some kind of conflict when it came to some kind of deception that was aimed at making you trapped, okay? Trying to, really, really trap you here. With 1212, that's the angel number for new beginning. Like you had to really listen to it, but also your 12th house is hidden enemies. You had to uncover some kind of secret here. And it was something that really crushed you. It made you feel a lot of loss. It made you very disappointed that this person here who betrayed you in the way that they did, that was deceiving you, that really wanted to wish you harm. And it was because you were too loving, you were too nurturing to them. And I'm not telling you that like you shouldn't be that way, but you were loving and nurturing to people that didn't have good intentions for you. So you had to deal with some kind of loss here in order to develop discernment, in order to, you know, really listen to yourself first prior to giving your heart to people. You had to then go to the next phase of being in this Queen of Swords like energy, like cutting people off that aren't good for you, that try to victimize you, that want to restrict you in some kind of way, want you to, you know, feel paralyzed with pressure. You had to speak your truth about what these people did to you. You had to speak your truth about, you know, everything that went on in your life, depending upon how far this deception went, to try to steal from you. This could even indicate they try to get you locked up. You had to speak your truth to not get locked up. You had to speak your truth here to free yourself, to unburden yourself, to declare your sovereignty. But then you also had to cut people off that were doing weird things to your energy here. Yeah, with this Seven of Swords, like trying to steal from you. You had to change a lot of habits that you had to essentially become whole again. It all required you to be in this Queen of Swords. You had to make head over heart decisions. Clarify heart of compassion. Yeah. And now you're in this energy here where many people around you benefit from your loving and compassionate nature because your heart chakra is open. You kept your heart chakra open despite any loss that you went through, any kind of betrayal, deception, heartbreak. You kept it open, which means you're open to your abundances, your blessings, your opportunity. Being able to love yourself, but also being able to love others and have them love you. Yeah, you were very, very strong. And now there's people that you are to share with. This heart of compassion. Again, you just had to go through this loss for you to learn how to listen to your intuition, your inner voice here. The whole Princess and Her Inner Voice book I have on the table here. You had to learn to listen to your intuition, and you had to go through some kind of painful loss with being too nurturing, too giving, right? But you had to heal yourself here so that way your heart chakra will be open because you're meant to be some kind of leader, healer, mentor, or teacher here. There's people that you are meant to impact in a positive way, and you just had to be resilient as you moved on from people that weren't good for you so you can move on to calmer waters. And you're being recognized for this. You're having success with this heart opening, with having a new relationship, because you learned to listen through to your intuition despite any kind of hardship that you went through. You went through a transformation. Clarify divine plan. Yeah. It was all part of the divine's plan for you to essentially listen to your intuition, understand what wasn't good for you anymore, and to stand up for yourself as you went through this rebirth. Okay, and that's why you're getting to move forward. You're overcoming all obstacles. Again, it was all part of divine plan though. So this was just part of your soul's journey. These are fated events here that you went through. And now at the number 7, that's your 7th house, your marriages, your commitments. It says you're going to have a new relationship now. So you had to go through learning the whatnots of what to do and what not to do when it came to potential partners. You had many, many suitors. Okay, you had many, many potentials here that were supposed to be like that could have been your emperor here, your divine masculine, but you had to learn to really listen to your intuition, and it was brought about through some kind of painful moment that made you really question your self-worth. And this was all according to divine plan. Yeah, that you get to move forward now. You're overcoming obstacles when it comes to this marriage, this commitment, and you're going to be having celebrations now because of how adaptable that you were. When people were trying to imbalance you, make you disorganized, and that you jumped right on in when you had to, and that's why you're in this abundant like energy. So again, like you've had a lot that you went through, and now you're finally getting to this point of financial freedom, and it's illuminated to other people of why you are getting this financial freedom, why you get to move forward. But it's also an indicator during this Mars and Scorpio that it's illuminated to these people that work together to do something to you, that they're now going to have to pay for everything they sent towards you because you did the work. You did the work. You did the shadow work. You healed. You mastered yourself. You kept your heart chakra open despite all this conflict that was sent your way. And that everything has went in accordance to divine plan. So nobody was able to do anything to you that wasn't meant to be done to get you to this point that you're at now. And it's like people have realized this, which is why we have someone wants to come talk to you now to say, let bygones be bygones, because there's consequences for what they've done now. Essentially, they realized the divine used them to level you up, but they were never going to get what they thought that they were going to get from doing this heartbreak, pain, and betrayal to you, trying to victimize you. Could have had binding spells done, because we did have solar plexus come out. Like, these people didn't get what they thought they were going to get, and they're coming to the realization that they were played by the divine, that essentially you just crossed their path to unleash their karma. And now somebody wants to come talk to you because of that. They want to come give you a romantic offer. What are these people dealing with, Spirit, during this Mars and Scorpio that's going to make this masculine come and ask the collective, propose to the collective? What are these people going through to get this masculine to come propose to them? They've been abandoned by all of their loved ones. What are these people going through? A dearest and precious dream being crushed to pieces. Again, it was taking something from you. They tried to take something from you. I don't know if this fit. They tried to take something from you. And that dream is being crushed to pieces because they're realizing that it was never fated for them to do so, that the divine was just using them to level you up. Someone here's got an unwanted pregnancy. So it said it was a promiscuous player here. We had the Queen of Pentacles, and we also had a Queen of Wands. There's some kind of unwanted pregnancy here as well. They're losing a lot of money, revenue, and income. And people are seeing them as a scam artist or a fraud. Tell us more. They're also going through demonic attacks and torture. So yes, there was most definitely witchcraft at play here. These people played with something they should not have to try to take your energy, siphon your energy by binding your will, doing things to you. And now, again, there's a debt to be paid because they couldn't make you a sacrifice, because they couldn't take something that they thought that they could. Now they have a demon here, so they definitely use some kind of demon to aid them in this adventure that they had against you. And now they're being attacked by it because it was never able to get to you, because you made all the changes that you needed to make yourself healthy and whole and fully in alignment. Like putting all your chakras into alignment. So they sent some kind of demon to you, and it went back because you weren't a viable host for said demon. You weren't low vibrational. You cut everybody out that was unhealthy for you. You made a lot of changes to your diet, to even your own thought processes. You healed, you did the shadow work here. So that means that none of your chakras were at the resonant level of whatever that was being sent to, especially when it came to your solar plexus. So your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your personal will, your boundaries, but then also your root chakra, which is your financial stability, your security, your ability to ground yourself, your ability to feel safe, right? They kept trying to do all of this to you, but your heart chakra remained open this entire time. And so like you weren't at the resonant level. So now whatever demon that they've conjured to try to attach themselves to you to like siphon your energy so that way these people could get money, now they're realizing that all their money is being lost because there's a debt to be paid. And it's a debt to this entity here. And they're having to deal with it because whatever it is that they've done is spreading to other people. So it's like their karma, this bad energy that they send towards you, is spreading. So anybody who associates with them, who even remotely like partook in this like whole venture here, are now losing money. Again, there's like this whole, people are really deep diving into why they're losing all this money, and they realize, like, it looks like a little too late, that the reason why they're losing all this money, they're going to continue to lose, because of the witchcraft that they did on you. Because like they're watching you, seeing that you have financial freedom now, that you were able to overcome everything that they sent towards you to do to you. And they're seeing that everything is just going in accordance to divine plan. These people feel duped. That's why people are abandoning them. Because again, a dearest and precious dream was crushed to pieces of them taking something from you and getting some kind of monetary gain from it. Tell us more. Someone here also contracted a curable STD. So again, we had this promiscuous player here. We have an STD. We also have unwanted pregnancy, which, you know, though, when it comes to sex, that's how you can establish soul ties and cords, but that's also how people siphon energy. They attach some kind of soul tie, some kind of cord to people they have sex with. So it's like they're now spreading diseases, demons, you know. Someone got pregnant here. And these are people they have soul ties to. Yep, and that's an ugly truth and deep, dark secret that's being revealed. So there's this ugly truth and deep, dark secrets being exposed about how this person was out here spreading STDs, which STDs is sexually transmitted diseases and demons. Because, again, we have demonic attacks and torture. So every single person they were sleeping with is getting attacked by demons. It's affecting their money. It's making it where people are abandoning them. Family members alike, too. Yeah, they're being seen as a fraudster or scam artist because whatever they promised these people to work with them, to do these things to them, it's been crushed to pieces. So now people think they're just a scam artist. And people are uncovering deep and ugly truths. Tell us what kind of deep and ugly truths have been revealed, Spirit. Wrong deck. Okay. Tell us what kind of deep and ugly truths have been revealed. Tell us about the deep and ugly truths that have been revealed or will be revealed during this Mars and Scorpio. Tell us about this ugly truth. That they're ravenous, that they're insatiable. So again, this person like really has like a sex addiction from what it looks like. But also indicates that they're clout hungry. So they're ravenous, they're clout hungry. Says anything, does anything for clout. They're dramatic, they make shit up. So it's an ugly truth that this person just ravenous to do something to you. They didn't have a stopping point. They didn't have, you know, like how far they were willing to go. This person was willing to unalive themselves and everybody around them to do something to you. Like it was like their life mission to do something to you. People are seeing how ravenous this person is to chase clout. It's like they wanted people to recognize them as being able to do something to you specifically. There's some kind of respect or admiration or honor they were trying to gather from other people. So external validation caused by doing something to you. Yep, because they know that you're not into them. So again, this has to do with this X here. They know that you're not into them. So this is giving like a scorned lover here because you're not into them. You don't want to be with them. You broke up with them because you realized that they were fake, that they were just mirroring you, that they were never genuine in the connection with you. And then this person had this whole vendetta of being ravenous, of doing something to you because this person's ego is that fragile. Yeah, a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. They see that you're not into them. Yeah, and whatever they submitted to the courts was rejected. So they definitely tried to get you locked up with that whole 8 of Swords card being there. They definitely tried to get you locked up. Whatever they submitted, though, was rejected. Again, it's because you're in that Queen of Swords energy. You kept speaking your truth, which negate all their slanders and lies. Yeah, they're unable to look you up from fake accounts on social media anymore to fish for comments about you, about how people hate you. It's like you had a water sign here that was definitely trying to get you in trouble. I'm picking this up. This could either be that King of Cups that mirrored you, or this could be that Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Wands they got with. They know how ravenous this ex here was towards you and clout hungry and how you didn't want them back. But again, they worked with other people to do something to you. And there's something significant about this water sign here. They can't get you in trouble with the law. They can't stalk you on Facebook or social media anymore. They can't make fake accounts, probably because you blocked them all. Yeah, they can't essentially create some kind of hate tirade about you. Yeah, about you having some kind of like secret affair or anything like that. They're unable to, you know, essentially like this is giving smear campaign. Yeah, because they were hustling for money. They were doing this for money. They thought that they were going to get some kind of financial opportunity by smearing your name, trying to give you legal issues here, but like really going the extra mile of, you know, getting on the internet, trying to spread egregious gossip about you to get people to hate you. Talk about you having some kind of romantic love affair. This could even be this ex saying that like when you broke up with them, that like you cheated on them and things like that, trying to get people to look at you in some kind of way. They could have even tried to say that you had the STD, that you gave it to them or something like that. Like that's how they were doing that because they're trying to get money. Tell us more about this ugly truth. Yeah, but people see that you've dodged a major bullet here, and that this person lost their chance to be with you. Again, it's over a breakup. That's the ugly truth and deep dark secret, that they did all this because you broke up with them, and they know they'll never be able to get back with you ever again. Yep, now they got a bad reputation for being someone who plays mind games. Again, this is giving narcissist. This is like an emotional manipulator. Okay, this is someone who strings people along. Again, with that Knight of Wands, this is a promiscuous player. They string people along. They played mind games, but they didn't just do it to you. They did it to everybody they were with. Again, they gave people STDs. People got pregnant, so they weren't even wearing protection. So they're out here having reckless sex without wearing protection, willingly and willfully giving people STDs, but then also playing with the hearts of everybody who was involved. Again, we have two feminine energies that work with them, that they were sleeping with, that helped them through all of this, that they all feel played now. And again, they're losing money. They're going through demonic attacks and torture. Like he sexually transmitted a demon to them, and it's affecting all of their finances. Tell us more. Yep, because he wanted these women to compete with the divine feminine, because she's a boss bitch. She's multifaceted. She runs her own business. So she's out here creating her own income, her own, she's in her purpose here. Again, this is a player and his new partner. So whoever he got with here, he worked with. This is the water sign. Whoever he got with here, he wanted to go after you with her. But they can't play the same games they were playing. Yep. Around summertime. Which we are in the end of summer now, because the fall equinox here. So around summertime, it's like people have been illuminated that what this was all really about. It was all just because you broke up with essentially a narcissist, and you hurt his poor, fragile ego. And you know how dangerous it is to hurt a man's fragile ego? People die. When a man's ego gets shattered, people die. And so he got with all these other women, gave them demons, diseases, and now like they're blocked from doing anything to, and they're all their money's messed up with. Yeah. People know that this, essentially he got with a copycat Wish Temu version of you in wintertime. So they tried to impersonate you. So they even tried to create fake accounts to impersonate you online. And they were doing it in spring because they're a happiness hater, and they were researching you, looking you up. This fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, that was trying to threaten you. They wanted to threaten you. They wanted you to be confused. Or this can even signify they're confused at why you're so unbothered about all the things that they were doing to you. People know this person's a groupie that keeps trying to visit you in the dream state to get up in your business. This person's fake smiling now because they know that you don't want them back. And this person is just obsessed with you, acting childish because he wants a second chance. But he knows that he's trash, that he's done too much, and he'll never get a chance. So he's like, oh, I can't have you, so then no one can. So he literally tried to take you out because he saw that you had many options to start a new family, to feel safe. So this man went out of his way, got everybody involved to try to make it to where you couldn't have a new family. You couldn't have a new, because again, the first spread, it said that like you had so many options to be a suitor for this role of divine masculine, that you had many, many options, meaning you're high value. People view you as wifey material. They know that you're someone that they can build with, and they didn't like how you had options. So they went online and created some kind of smear campaign trying to say that you cheated on them and all this and that like how, you're out here giving people STDs, that you played with them and all these things. And people realize it's just because you got rid of a narcissist, and that their ego is shattered, and then that they came at you with a vengeance with this new girlfriend that they got. But they really just want to come back to you. So like, I feel like this water sign should be fucking embarrassed that they got with this guy this entire time who played them, that gave them diseases and demons, got them knocked up, who really in the back of their mind the entire time wanted to be with you and was doing all this with the end game of reconciling with you. Like, you should feel embarrassed, ma'am, Like, you should be really embarrassed that you did all of this with a man who in the back of his mind was always just viewing you as a placeholder and somebody that he was going to discard the moment this divine feminine came back to him, and he did everything and anything in his power to try to get her to come back. Like, through force, through intimidation, through witchcraft. He did through legal. You know, he did everything. Because this is the kind of guy that gets off on women fighting over him, competing over him. So he'll go and play the heartstrings of every woman that he can. You know, like, he'll try to get them all to like him. This is a person that'll be in a relationship and not tell people that he's in a relationship. And then he'll get the women really invested, and then he'll go, oh, well, my ex here, you know, she wants to be with me. Or he'll sit there and talk about another new prospect with you right there. Like, talking about, like, this is somebody who brings up their exes or people who are into them in hopes that you get jealous. People see this person as childish, and you will never take them back. Never. Like, when you never would take them back, they became so obsessed with you, so obsessed with doing something to you because you would never be with them again. That's how they saw this. Like, and people see them for that. Like, that's the deep and ugly truth that has come out about this person. They just see how ravenous they were for revenge. But also, again, with this feminine energy being here, she became ravenous because I feel like it was illuminated to her that this guy was just playing her. So then she thought, oh, if I just remove the temptation, if I just get rid of this divine feminine, then he'll just, you know, be with me and he won't think about her anymore because she'll be dead, right? And yeah. Yeah. Tell us about them losing major money and revenue. Yeah. This could be because of what they did in the dream state here to try to cause you pain and trauma. This is dream state magic. Yeah, the crown chakra being here. They were really trying to ruin your mind, like ruin your mental health, make you stuck in torment, anxiety, fear, despair. How did the dream states? This is dream state magic. They really tried to really mess with your mental state. Just make you lose your spadoodles. Yep. And that's why you're getting the karmic justice here of happiness, joy, having this long-term stability and wealth because you're on the right path, 11-11, and the energy's been balanced out. That you're going to have someone here who's a king of pentacles in the upright who is going to have an empire. They're going to be wealthy. They're going to be stable. They're going to be generous. Because your intuition has led you to this. And these people that were trying to do something to you, again, that collaborated, are now bound to whatever they sent out. Because, again, you cut them off. You cut that cord. You cut off anybody that was even associated with this person that you had a relationship with. That really thrived on you being very giving to them sexually. You had to lose this person. You had to go through the loss. Again. Being that Queen of Cups like energy. You had to listen to your intuition here that this person was actually messing with your money with the second house here, which is your finances, your material aspects. You had to go through some kind of devastation, some kind of emotional pain when it came to being generous sexually to this person. This could even be like when you had sex with this person that they even talked about their ex-girlfriend to you right after. Like you had to go through some kind of crippling disappointment. When it came to who you had a relationship with, you had to cut these people off. And again, and your karmic justice is for these people to go through what they wish for you. People are banning them because they see them as a fraudster. You know what's crazy is I've had this table for years and I didn't even know that I could do that with my cards. So tell us what they're uncovering during this Mars and Scorpio. What is the deep truth these people are covering? What is the information that they're trying to uncover right now, Spirit? What is the deep information they're trying to uncover? We have 12-12, you having a new beginning, but also something significant about nature spirits. The she, the fae. And your energy being fragmented. Or theirs. Because you have your personal guide here, your spirit family, your guardian angel. We have behind a mask, maybe that they were hidden. Press more. They're not in alignment here. We have thoughts and vibrations about you building some kind of family tree, you establishing roots, you getting married, you having children. Clarify elementals. This Queen of Pentacles here is trying to uncover information about how you are so resilient. She wants to know how, when you were drained of energy, you were still able to have a new beginning. It's like she's looking into maybe the Fae, the She, are people who help you, or you can have a strong affinity with nature, like going out in the woods or, you know, going to the ocean, things like that. They're really looking at how you were able to be resilient through them draining your energy. It literally says drain of energy. So again, this is energy siphoning. They were most definitely trying to siphon your energy here. Trying to get you to give to them. Like how, when they were taking your energy, how were you able to overcome? How did you still have the strength? How did you still keep your heart chakra open? And they're seeing with clarity now that you had help. They're seeing that you had help with nature. That's what they're understanding now, is that you had assistance. That you're never alone. Maybe they foolishly thought that you were alone, and they're coming to the hard realization that you're not. Clarify fragment of energy. Because they were doing a lot of things to put your chakras at a misaligned malfunction so that it would mess with your mental state. So it would mess with, like, your crown chakra is your connection to source. It's your hope. Yeah, because they were trying to spy on you in the dream state. So with the crown chakra being here, or this is even signifying that they were doing things to drain you of energy, trying to fragment your energy. Again, trying to put all your chakras at a misaligned malfunction. Getting into your dream state, trying to see if it affected your mind. Again, they were doing dream state magic to really cripple your mental state, and they were watching to see if it happened. Like, so this is somebody that was literally watching, like, you on the internet, or watching you physically, or this is even like tapping into your energy, trying to check your energetic temperature, trying to see if your energy was fragmented. They also wanted to see if you were getting any kind of romantic offers and if you were overburdened. But all they saw was that you had a passionate breakthrough with having family stability. So that's all they saw. Clarify personal guide. So it says here that they're uncovering that you had a guardian angel. You listened to your personal guide here. Because these people are really trying to give you health problems, make you feel overwhelmed and vulnerable. Again, with the root chakra being here, they wanted your money to mess up. They wanted you to feel scared. This King of Cups energy. Because you made the choice to cut them off. Yeah. They know that you made the choice. You were in your masculine energy, so you were taking action. You stepped into your power. You made the choice that when this person was trying to do things to make you scared, make you afraid, make you overwhelmed, that you cut them off. You made the choice to be in this King of Swords like energy. You had to be a balance between your masculine and feminine energy here, that you made a head over heart decision, that you were very analytical on what you should do to get a new beginning here. Clarify behind a mask. You knew that this person was trying to get success of bringing you hardship and poverty. That this person, again, with the King of Cups being here, this person is a person who people only know them based off the mask they wear. This person has many, many masks. Like, no two people will get the same side or the same version of this person. This is like a chameleon. This is somebody who will, again, who mirrors you. They will be whoever they think that you need them to be, for them to manipulate you, to get them to, you know, to have some kind of success here. Yeah, that you knew this, that this person was just trying to, you know, be cloaked, keep their intentions hidden at the entire time that they were with you, that they just wanted you to have financial issues. They wanted you to be in hardship so that they could have success with getting some kind of new beginning, abundance here from your sacral chakra. Again, this is energy siphoning. This is energy harvesting. This is abundance and karma transfers. This person the entire time was just trying to suck the life out of you, literally, of your sacral chakra. And how you do that is you establish a soul tie, a cord, via sex and or through the dream state. And those are the two places that they attacked you at, because they viewed you as getting wish fulfillment. They just had to give you a painful ending via some kind of trauma and pain in your dream state. Like, I can't even make it up, to trap you, to bind you. Yeah, this person was doing a lot of witchcraft on you when you knew them. Like, they were binding you. They were invading your dreams. They attached a soul tie, a cord to you to drain your energy. So that way they can invade your dreams, give you nightmares, make you replay traumatic events in your head, binding you. So that way they could get your sacral chakra energy. And as a divine feminine, that's your abundance. That's your life force energy. So they literally were sucking the life out of you the entire time. Clarify angels of 7 chakras in reverse. Yeah. They worked long and hard here to get the reward of putting you out of misalignment, malfunction. They could have either targeted your children and or targeted your inner child to bring you catastrophic change. Bring a lot of chaos and destruction in your life. However, you had the foresight here. You were able to move forward to your manifestations because it's like you went through your awakening. You were aware that there was deception at play. You were aware that there was an illusion when it came to you being in alignment to be in your destiny, to have this good fortune here. 1010, this triggered your awakening. 1010's awakening. It's your intuition. So when they attacked your chakras this long and hard, all they did was trigger your awakening. And remember the first spread, it said that everything was going in accordance to divine plan. The divine used your ops, your enemies to level you up. The more witchcraft they sent, all it did was awaken you. All it did was put you further and further into your north node, into your purpose. Made you more powerful. And then it's like they fell into the trap. Like you're a Venus flytrap. Like they fell into the trap. Yeah, because they were trying to put you at some kind of stalemate here. Clarify thoughts and vibrations. And this is everything that they're uncovering right now. They saw how invested you were, how you made the goal to keep your thoughts and your vibrations high. Yeah, they received the news of this, that you're getting success and victory now and moving on to calmer waters because you were able to walk away from these people, but also to keep your thoughts and vibrations high, irregardless of what you were going through. Clarify family tree. They see that you have healed your family tree here. So this is giving generational trauma, generational curses. You have healed this. And that's why you're getting to build roots with a divine masculine. Yeah, you're going to have many, many opportunities, many different potential suitors when it comes to who you can have a relationship with, who you can build with. Yeah, because that energy is coming very, very quickly back to these people that were trying to get you stuck in low vibration, trying to do their woo-woo on you. Because you isolated from them, and that's why you're getting this happy, healthy marriage here. And there's this promiscuous player, okay, that's very, very determined with this Queen of Wands to get your abundance. Yeah, they're going to try to seize the moment here. They're going to be adaptable because right now they're in regret because they're missing opportunities in life. They're going through a lot of conflict because this divine feminine here, they try to steal from, they collaborated with, are all now in anxiety, fear, and despair because of how on point your intuition is, how you listen to your intuition, your dreams here. And now they want to talk to you because they're stuck. Their money's all blocked because you have full control of your personal will here. And there's a King of Wands. This is someone who's a leader here that wants to have a new relationship with you. But you need to cut them off and keep your boundaries very high so that you can overcome. So yeah, there's a bunch of people here that work together with this ex to siphon your energy, and they thought that they were going to get something from it, and now they're uncovering that all they got was everything they sent to you returned. So again, imagine they worked for years. We had the number 7 years, 7 months. It could be significant. They worked for a very long time. Key word is years though. They worked for a very long time to siphon your energy. So think how many siphoning spells they did. I mean, we literally just had an equinox. That is one of the pagan days that the satanic cults, Luciferians, the people who do the black magic like this, would utilize to steal people's abundance. Same with Samhain. Same with the winter and summer solstice. Same with the spring equinox. Those are big pivotal days where people attempt these kind of rituals. And they're realizing that, I mean, however many times they try to do that abundance and karma transfer, that now it's going to go back to them, which means people will die. So like every time you do this abundance and karma transfer, people are dying because these people have to stay alive to get their karma, to learn the lesson, which means it'll take everybody else around them. Again, since they're being abandoned by loved ones, there's a lot of deaths going on, and they've uncovered why. You were never alone. That they just literally played into the divine's plan this entire time. It was never, they were never going to get it. They were never going to actually take anything from you. All they did was make you more powerful, and all they did was help you to transmute that energy while they walked into a trap. Great Goddess More, what do you want the collective to know about this Mars and Scorpio? What do you want this collective to know about this Mars and Scorpio? That you had to have the strength to overcome any of this trauma that you went through here. You had to have the strength here. Because you utilized your strength to overcome all this trauma and pain, now you're going to have many opportunities to move on to calmer waters here from these people that keep trying to steal your energy. Yep. That this King of Pentacles and the upright is now going to go through a very, very painful ending because that's karmic justice. There's also a King of Swords here. This is an authority figure. Check how there's Saturn there. There's a Saturn return. You shattered the illusion of this King of Swords. This is a cop, it's a judge, this is like a military person that's now going through a lot of loss because they didn't know that you were a high priestess. But also, they're dealing with a lot of loss because it's been uncovered. The secret is that you are in a relationship, that you've had a heart opening, that you get this new relationship here. And there's a Queen of Wands. Remember, this was a person that was with this ex here that's now going through a lot of poverty and hardship because she was one of the main contributors to this ritual. Yep, who worked long and hard to steal your energy because she thought she was going to get some kind of celebration with her friends. Now she's going to have to be adaptable because it's illuminated to her that she's going to have to walk away, that she's going to be abandoned. Again, abandoned by loved ones, abandoned by this masculine here. Because she's going to try to seize the moment to try to have family stability. She wants peace now with this King of Cups, who's going to be very defensive to her because he doesn't want to go to jail. So they're going to go to jail. They're going to get locked up. Again, all the crimes they did to you. Like there's an authority figure here that knows about it. And he's not going to want peace with her because he doesn't want to get locked up. Yep. Because you're in the public eye here. And this promiscuous player has the foresight that the illusion that they tried to cast on you to put you in this Queen of Cups energy, that you're getting success and victory over this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that you had a passionate breakthrough, that you're getting to move forward to having a happy, healthy family. Meanwhile, they're going to have catastrophic change occur to their life because you cut them out of your life. You cut them out of your energy. This is giving like you did a cord cutting ritual. Because you had a plan to get this abundance, to be self-sufficient here. And now again, they want to offer you some kind of fishy offer to marry you so that way they can bind themselves to you. See, they want to chain you up like this little bird to this heart here. They want to give you some kind of fishy offer, propose to you to be married. They want to let bygones be bygones. They want to bury the hatchet. I wonder how fucking stupid this person, like, I wonder if they know how stupid they sound. Like, hey, I tried to unalive you. Hey, I did all this to you. Hey, you want to just bury the hatchet though? Like, how could you ever be with someone that tried to end your life? How could you be with someone who did all this witchcraft towards you? How could you be with someone that created a smear campaign on you to the point where they're going to go to jail? Like, how do you... This person beyond violated you in every sense of the word. Like, they violated you spiritually. They violated you physically. I mean, they attached a soul tie to you and sucked the life out of you. They did things to your mind. They invaded your dreams. They made lies to the community about you in hopes of eliminating those other options because, you know, they knew that you would choose anybody but the fuck them, right? They try to do so many different things to make it where you would, like, the only option you would have would be to go back to them. They think, like, it's like, sir, do you know how stupid you sound? Go bury yourself in a hole there and cover yourself up. Like, seriously. Like, I don't get this kind of energy. Like, do you not know you sound dumb? Yeah, this person wants a new beginning by trying to make an empress stuck so he can get her long-term stability. Like, are you an idiot? You know, like, that's the kind of shit that makes me laugh. It's like, she would never trust you in a million years. She's already, like, on defense. She's already, yeah, she forgave you, but that doesn't mean she's dumb. It means that she doesn't let you play in her mind anymore. She doesn't let you, you know, be a thought in her head anymore. You don't get to take any more happiness from her. And it's like, this guy thinks that you would actually entertain this. Like, is he dense? Is he fucking dumb? Like, has he lost all intelligence? You know, like, honestly, collective, I'd laugh in his face. Like, I'd let him get what he had to say out, and then I just bold fucking face, like, laugh in his face. Like, I wouldn't even let him get towards me, to be honest. Like, I'd let him talk to maybe, like, the camera, you know, on my property, or, you know, like, he could send what kind of message he wanted, but I wouldn't read that shit. Like, I wouldn't give a single fuck. Like, if it's his face or his name, it's like, you're already dead, sir. Like, there's nothing else to say or to think about you. You're a dead man walking. Like, get the fuck away from me. And then always, you know, collective, have a weapon on you in case you have to do self-defense. Because this person's unhinged because they know. Think about it. If this person's been doing rituals on you, we're talking like every day. This person's been doing something to put you at a misalignment malfunction every single day. Trying to mess with your energy, trying to mess with your head. Let's say this is invading your dreams every night. You imagine how much is going to come back to this person now that energy's been returned? Can you imagine how much is going to come back to this person? This person's going to have the remainder of their days be filled with agony before they die in a very excruciating way. And it looks like they're going to go to jail first. Praise God. Give us the tea here, Spirit. Yeah. The situation showed you just how truly protected you are and other people around you true intentions when they're doing distance Reiki on you. So this person could even be like a Reiki practitioner, or they could have, you know, like went and got the training to do it, but they use it in a malicious way. Like, distance Reiki is where, like, when they're using a picture of you, or they have like a stuffed bear or something, or a doll, you know, like a voodoo doll, and they're, instead of taking energy, instead of sending you energy to heal you, they're extracting it again, sucking the life out of it. And it's like they're trying to put your chakras out of misalignment malfunction. So this person does distance Reiki on you all the time to try to affect your energy. And you had to set heavy boundaries with this person. Like, you had to, I'm not just talking about like physically, like, no, you've had to like call your power back to you. You've had to be very specific on what you allow in your energy or not with your prayer game. Yeah. There's receipts on what they've done and they've been found, which is why they're going to go to jail. Yep. You have a new beginning though, because you're working your divine mission and purpose, which is why they can't take it from you. These people stole your inheritance. So an actual physical one. Again, they did this to get a financial opportunity. So there's actually a physical inheritance out there for you that this ex here knew about, probably before you did, and stole it from you somehow. Now they're fighting amongst each other to do deception within the group. Just know your ancestors wish a bitch would, though, which means that they're coming after them. You'll have the answers you seek when you need them, because you're a priestess of light and you're in the motherfucking building. These people kept trying to do animal sacrifices on you, doing rituals with animal sacrifices. So keep drinking your water. Yeah. To do Reiki on you. It's crazy. Like, you don't need animal sacrifice to do Reiki, but with Reiki being here, just means to take your energy to put your chakras in misalignment malfunction. People are dumb. All spell work, evil eye has been returned to sender. Could you imagine how much has been returned? Yep, which is why they cut their life short. But just so you know, collective, give you a little reprieve here, is that they will suffer every minute, every second that they're alive. Yep, their phones or electronics are tapped. So you can allow the divine in. The people around you are into something dark. So yeah, the people around you were into something dark, and that was how the divine was able to come in. Maybe there could have been some kind of spell or curse on you before to try to, you know, sever your connection, your third eye, your crown chakra to the divine, and that's what opened it wide the fuck open. Yeah, they think you're attacking them when it's their own shit ass energy and karma. Yeah, this person kept doing lots of love spells on you. They're soulless. They've been severed to pieces because they owe people, powerful people, money that they can't pay back. It's a shame, isn't it? They could have, you know, they wrote a check they couldn't cash. Yeah. So allow yourself to have some fun. You get a new beginning. Your spiritual team has them in a chokehold. These people who keep doing appellation magic, if you don't know what that is, it's a lot of using, like, you know, there's a lot of, you know, using the earth, using the vegetation around you. Like, it's like a mix between like voodoo and Celticism, okay? Because like voodoo uses bones and things like that. So appellation magic uses bones and stuff too. Yeah, they're part of a secret society. The deity the ops worked with rejected their spell, their offer. They tried to sever your link to God, so you lost hope. Again, can't even make it up. But when they attacked you, it's what opened you right the fuck up to the divine. So, yeah. Involving you with the authorities and courts only incriminated them. Again, their phone, so they couldn't get you locked up, and now there's receipts. Their phones are tapped on what they've done, and it incriminated them for their bad intentions. Yep, and how relentless they were. There's an undercover agent that knows all about how relentless they were. So affirm and believe you are worth it, and the universe will serve it. Okay? These people kept trying to bind themselves to you. Yeah, a lot of binding spells here. However, you cannot be canceled or removed. The situation was required to reach your destiny. Again, it's all part of divine plan. These energy siphoners, their soul has been judged in spiritual court, and they will pay for what they've done. Yeah, saying sorry, I want to get near you again. They're not remorseful. Can we just talk? Are we ready to hatch it? Sure. Go, literally dig a hole, and then you can go in the hole with said hatchet. Keep your plans to yourself. A ceremony or rituals done on you to block, delay, or to hurt you. These are opportunists. Just know your character and success speaks for itself. Challenging you left them embarrassed. A whole fucking secret society. Yep. Because now they have addictions and they're filling the void. They were addicted to that witchcraft and they kept trying to fill the void with it. Yep. Sought support from their besties. What blessings should the collective be aware to show gratitude for? This morning, Scorpio. A blessing on a mother. 12-12, new beginning. A blessing for you to have peace of mind. A blessing for you to grow older. No one's taken your life. A blessing for healing of injury or illness, or for you to heal from everything they've done to you. And a blessing to bring healing to a relationship. And a blessing for you to find the truth. What does Bonjo want the collective to know? What does Bonjo want the collective to know? Like you're healing your heart right now. Time eases all wounds. You're also healing the ancestral line on your mother's side. So it did say that you have healed your ancestral line, which is why you get this new beginning. Yep. Because you'll survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. You're going to heal from it. So these cards came out. Okay. So you are protected. Okay. From this ritual here that was meant to block you with this practitioner. So you are protected, okay? They literally could have done something on this eclipse, which is also like the same day as the equinox. Like they're within a 24-hour period of each other. So like you are protected from that ritual. Like if they tried it literally then, you are protected from it. So just keep up your prayer game. Keep doing your return to senders via prayer over a lit white candle. Keep allowing the divine to intervene for you. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Smudge your space, take your ritual baths, ritual showers. Something very significant about Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. To be authentically you. So the next, let me see when the next one is. Bear with me a second here and I will tell you. Let's see. Mercury retrograde. So the next Mercury retrograde is November 9th to November 29th. And then Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde. It's already passed. It was April 3rd to April 12th of 2025. So that means the next one's in 2026, which will be October 3rd to November 13th of 2026. Wow. Okay. So be authentically you. All right, collective. I hope I was able to provide this clarity of what you actually know. Thank you for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have to the channel, please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the princess and her inner voice. Bye, guys.